Hi friends, and welcome to another anime video in which I'm going to talk to you or even recommend I think the first manga on this channel, which actually I'm super hyped about. Now it's just released and there are only 5 manga chapters from this manga, but like I entirely loved it. And also I'm having, you cannot say it but just believe it, I am having the Tokyo Revengers shirt, which is kind of oversized but it's fine. And in today's video, kind of knowing that my windbreaker video caught a little bit of heat and like people were like, they were super disappointed in me and they thought that, especially people coming from TikTok, they are knowing that I truly love Tokyo Revengers. And even on my bed there is like a huge plush dragon that is just waiting for me calling up when I'm going to sleep, okay? And also like all these manga panels, they're mainly for Tokyo Revengers and of course another anime, but like mainly from Tokyo Revengers, Boruto, Naruto, AOT, some of them, Classroom of the Elite, and so on and so forth. But like the main point was like, I've seen that the windbreaker video didn't just go well just because people thought that I would betray them with my is windbreaker better than Tokyo Revengers, although I thought for me it was funny that I pointed out some similarities in between the characters. But today we're going to talk about another manga from Ken Wakui, the mangaka of Tokyo Revengers, which is Astro Royale, and it only has 5 chapters and it almost blew me away, like almost. This is a meteorite pun, okay? But honestly, the manga starts very abruptly with the funeral of Kongo Yotsurugi, which is basically the head of a Yakuza family who was named the Akasura Bullet in the Showa era. I don't know what eras were these or why they were named like this, but they were kind of named fancy, okay? And he had an advisor named Genji Yobana. I don't really know if it's specifically Jinji or Genji, but we will get a hang of it, okay? We're just going to call him the advisor for now. I just love that this is actually the second manga that Ken Wakui is like planning for us and is like also releasing for us. It's also a delinquent manga just after the Tokyo Revengers hit, which by the way, I started reading the Tokyo Revengers manga when it was a little bit before the Tenjiku arc was just released in the anime form, because I first knew about it in the anime form and then I needed ASAP to know what was going on in the manga, so I just caught up and finished the manga just way before the anime got fully released, and I just cannot wait for the 3 deities arc to be animated and for the Kantomachi arc. I mean, yeah, no, I know. There are the last 2. I mean, I know. There are the last 2 manga arcs, but I don't know. They were so good. They were just chef's kiss. And also, I strongly recommend Tokyo Revengers manga for the ones that are watching this video about Astro Royale and they don't know what is it about. It's like, it has a huge and super cool plot, full of cliffhangers, of course. I mean, I think there was a cliffhanger at the very end of first episodes and also at like every episode that I was watching. Probably a lame MC at first, but he tries to redeem himself, he tries to be better, he tries to bury everything up about himself. But it's also like a theme and a plot with time traveling and with beacons and with memories and with everything. Love it. I cannot wait to see more of it. So now back to Astro Royale. It starts with a meteorite shower that kind of everyone is looking forward to seeing it, and I wonder why. Well, apparently that meteorite was told to be granted you that wish if you were going to held, I don't know, an item or something dear to you in that specific moment when you were making the wish. And guess who got the wish? Just guess, okay? Yeah, you got that right. And now talking a little bit about the characters and their design, I just love the dorky yet colorful and super detailed designs that Ken Wakui is like giving them. Especially that I feel like some characters in the Astro Royale are just a mix of different Tokyo Revengers characters, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm looking at someone. For example, I'm looking at Hibaru, our MC, which is basically kind of a combination with like Kakucho's scar on the forehead. It made me think of him. And it's also like the very short black hair that is the Bonton hairstyle from Mikey. And it's also like, I don't know, the glance and the smile, it makes me think of Shifuyu and also of Takemichi. Like, I truly love it. I love it. I was like, okay, okay? This guy remembers me of goddamn 4 characters in the Tokyo Avengers, and I'm just having a blast until now. And also, Hibaru is the firstborn, and of course, if Kongo died, he's the first heir of the Yakuza family, or the successor of how they call it. And also there is a guy named Terasu, which kind of I was blown away. At the first glance, I didn't know if he was a boy or a girl, because you know, they're having like this super unisex, let's say, design of the characters, and this afro styled hair, which was blonde and really reminded me of the Kawata brothers, Smiley and Angry, for those who don't know who they are. Basically the twins, but it was blonde. And also the eyes and the little mark and the lashes remembered me of Senju. But apparently Terasu is the 12th adopted son, because Kongo had such a love for like orphans, and he wanted to provide them shelter, he wanted to provide them connections, he wanted to provide them food and care and whatever. And he was so goddamn kind that even he brought home a kid from his opponents. I just cannot wait to see if there is a certain character that reminds me of Dragon Hanma, or like Emma or something, or like someone that I truly love, because I truly love like Hanma's villainy character. Like, he's a truly really good villain. And also Dragon, he's like a stone, but he's also kind. Oh, I cannot wait. Also, we are having the first glimpse at Ku, which is basically the 11th son, which reminds me so much because of his pink hair of Sanzu, and it's also like kind of annoying like Sanzu. So if you're a Tokyo Avengers fan and you're loving Sanzu, you're just going to love Ku. I'm guaranteeing you, okay? I feel like he's a good combination in between Mitsuya's mohawk, or at least kind of the mohawk type of the hairstyle, because, you know, wanted to showcase his dragon tattoo, but also with like Sanzu's pink tinted hair. And I feel like, yeah, that's pretty it. It truly resembles them, especially in the manga, and especially the face. And also near Ku, at first glance, when they are presenting you that the Ku is the 11th son, there is a guy there that exactly looks like Pachin. It's like Pachin's twin, Pachin's lost brother from another mother. I don't know, but it exactly looks like Pachin, I swear to God. And then we are introduced at the funeral to the underboss of the Yotsurugi family, which is Shio. And Shio kind of remembers me of Shion, you know, because it's like without the last letter, and I'm like, valid. Shio claimed to other people that he would be the possible successor because he was there when his father died, but we know it's not true, right? I mean, if you read at least the first chapter, we know that that's not true. And he's the head of the Hulk faction of the Yakuza family, which I don't know what that means, but I don't think they're playing by dad's rules, right? But I feel like they're having this jealousy in which they are feeling like kind of obsessed at the same time. I don't know, being the right ones, having like the reign by themselves. But also at the same time, I feel like it's not good for Hibaru. I just feel it's not good for Hibaru. But then there was a speech at a funeral, and basically Hibaru needed to have that speech, and he kind of self-proclaimed himself the underboss for Terasu, the 12th son, but it's the adopted son. And now you know all the gossip, all the tea, and everything, and you're just going to judge for yourself who is the piece of here, right? But we know from Kongo that if he wasn't related to the adopted kids, he formed something that he called a diamond bond that was probably sometimes much more than the blood related bond. So I don't know how to say this, but that he just made a mistake. And basically the last thing that I want to say, and to kind of leave you into the suspense and try to figure it out for yourself if you're going to like the manga or not, but I truly will tell you sincerely, the most honest that I can be, that you're just going to like it, because I feel like it is from the first chapter there is something happening, and with the meteorite something, and there's a building falling down on Terasu. There's kind of the beginning of the end at the end of the first chapter, which is not ideal, but it makes it 10 times more interesting than that. And I just cannot believe how people dealt with the cliffhanger from the first chapter, but I'm just lucky I wasn't there. So let me know down in the comments if you saw Astro Royale. Let me know down in the comments if you want me to tell you more about Tokyo Revengers in a separate video, because I truly love that manga and I hope that at least you're going to give it a try even though you wouldn't like it. I was Roxy, and if you like Funko Pop manga and anime, you can subscribe to my channel, leave a thumbs up and a comment below, and see you in the next video the next Saturday. Goodbye.